Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have an HP laptop. This is an HP Pavilion. The exact model is an 15-CB001. And these laptops, when they came out, they came with a mechanical drive which is super slow and is like extremely slow. And people always ask me, how can I increase the performance by adding more RAM? RAM is not going to increase the performance. The best performance you can do for this laptop is to replace the mechanical drive with an solid state drive, or just add a solid state drive and keep the mechanical drive for an additional storage. This laptop is really good, really super fast once you upgrade the solid state drive. There are two types of storage you can put that in there. I'll go over how to do it and how you can transfer files over, which way it should have it, pretty much the recommended one. All right. First thing first, I'm going to go over the tools that I'll be using, and everything that I'll be using will be linked in the video description. The compatible storage, everything will be linked in the video description. All right, so let's get into it and let's open it up. First thing first, we want to power it off completely, and we're going to flip it upside down. We are going to go over the opening tool. A screwdriver set is a good one. There are fixed screwdriver set. I purchased this basic screwdriver set. We're going to be using a Phillips #1. If you get the Pro set, they will include you with an opening tool, some tweezers, and stuff like that. If not, get the basic set. Grab yourself a metallic guitar pick to open it. You don't need a curved tweezers, but sometimes it's handy to have curved tweezers. But let's get into it. With these two, we're gonna get into it. All right. First thing first, we wanna see on the bottom. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws exposed. All these 5 screws are the same size and height, so start removing these screws and keep them in a separate pile, in one pile. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking the like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer your questions in the comment area. I appreciate that. All right, once we remove the screw, there's a 2 hidden screws, one on the back leg right in here, and one on the opposite side. Only on these 2 legs. There's nothing on the front end. These screws are the same size of these ones, but they're a little bit more thick, so it will not go inside the rest. So this keep them on a separate. They're a little bit of thicker than the rest. Once you remove those screws, all you want to do is start from the front end of the laptop. You want to stick the guitar pick between the front bottom cover and the front right there, and you want to twist it. Move yourself guitar pick 1 or 2 centimeters away and keep twisting, and you want to hit those big huge click sounds. That's what you want to hear. That means the clips are loosening up, you're not breaking anything. Go to the corners and again twist it about 1 or 2 millimeters. I'm sticking in. I'm not sticking the whole guitar pick in there, if you know what I mean. Just go in the back corner and the back side right in here, twist it. Put my finger there so it doesn't go back down. Right there, twist it. Go to the other corner, and there we go. Now we're going to grab the bottom cover, bring it up, and put it to one side. All right, right down here we can see the new upgraded battery. And right over here we have the mechanical 2.5-inch mechanical one. And we can see an M.2 slot right over here. This is a PCI Express, so you can put an NVMe right in here, and it will work just fine. And the NVMe PCI Express is much, much faster than a solid state SATA, which will go right in here. So let me get, for the NVMe, I'll recommend this is an older version, 980 Pro or 970 Evo Plus, or you can go with the 990 ones, which are much, much better. You can put a Gen 4 NVMe in here, but it will work as a Gen 3, which is fine. It will last longer. The NVMe is backward compatible. So let's go first over the NVMe. Here I have one right over here. The NVMe's have one notch right on them, and in here there's a one notch right on the slot. All right. To put the NVMe in here, you want to bring it down in 10 or 15-degree angle inside the connector and push it all the way in, and the NVMe will stay up just like that. And then you see it's just kind of springish right in here. So when I push it down, it will align itself by this screw hole right in here. I'll leave the link for an M.2 screws you can purchase. This one doesn't come with one. So it should be a very tiny screw, just like this. And you can just screw it right at the back, right in here. And it will keep the NVMe right in place. To remove it, again, same thing. Just unscrew and slide out in 45-degree angle. Now, regarding the SATA one 2.5 inch, which is right over here. Again, you can do upgrades, storage, RAM upgrade without disconnecting the battery. Absolutely, you don't need to disconnect the battery. If you want to be paranoid and disconnect it, remove 1, 2, 3, 4 screws and lift up the battery. But again, you don't need to. Just make sure you don't drop any metal object, and when you power on, touch the USB metal port so you ground yourself quickly, and that's it. To remove this one, doesn't have any screws or anything like that. All you want to do, lift it up, the front end, bring it up. It goes under the battery, I believe. Yeah, it goes under the battery. So to remove it, we have to remove the battery. It goes, the hooks goes under the battery. So go ahead and disconnect the battery. Again, when you remove the battery and you plug it back in and you power on, it might take up to 30 seconds for it to show anything on the screen, and it will tell you CMOS was reset to default, press enter to continue. So lift it up from here, bring it up, and slide it forward so you can unhook it from here. So don't yank it upward, otherwise you're gonna break it. Just once you bring it into 25-degree angle, 30, slide it towards the fan. And these hooks, they go right under the battery. So what you wanna do first is to unhook this latch right in here. Lift it up 90 degree. Here. So you want to, let me lock it back. This latch goes up 90 degree. And you want to slide this flex cable out. Grab this caddy, bring it upward. It hooks right under this hinge and under this plastic. It goes right underneath. And remember the orientation of this one. This one stays on this side. This one stays on this side. It goes right to the tiny nipples in here that goes right to this hole. And it's a 2.5 inch 1 terabyte. You need the adapter. Don't yank on the cable. Grab it by the adapter neck and slide it out. It only goes in one way. Let's say you want to grab another 2.5 inch mechanical drive. The adapter only goes in one way. It just goes in and you just push it in. Or you can grab another SSD up to 4 terabyte SSD with no problem. This one it's 240 gig actually for demonstration. You can just push it in there. Again, you want to bring this one in, align it, hold it, grab this one, align it, hold it, put the, it's kind of flimsy, hold it, slide down the back end, bring it down, and now we want to slide this flex cable gently inside the jack, connect it easily all the way in. Make sure this loopholes, earlobes go inside, don't stay outside, and then lock it down. I believe this one has an Windows on it, but my client brought this one in and wants to install the Windows on this one right now because of the storage capacity is so expensive. He doesn't want to buy an NVMe at the moment, so he's going with this one. So grab the battery, put the bottom end of the battery in the hooks, bring it down, slide it, push the corners inside the jack, put the screws on the battery. I will power it on so you guys can see it does power on, and it should go to the Windows because this one has Windows installed. Again, now I'm gonna go over the combination that you can have in here. You already seen the combination and what you should do. All right. What I recommend everybody to do is to put an NVMe right in here and keep your mechanical drive 1 terabyte in here for extra storage. Put your Windows in here, and I made a video how to create your Windows 11 USB boot drive. It's super easy and free to do it. Once you create Windows 11 USB boot drive, you just plug it in and follow the instruction, power it on, press F9, and choose your USB and follow the instruction on the installation of the Windows. Install the Windows on NVMe, and you'll be inside the Windows within 5 to 10 minutes. Do Windows update, all the drivers will be installed. on the NVMe. Once you are inside the Windows and all the drivers installed, you can go on this um, hard drive that you have. Go inside the hard drive on my computer. Go on the user folder under your username, and then grab all your data back towards the NVMe, and then format. And now you have a free storage, secondary storage. So that's what I would recommend, to have an NVMe right in here and have a mechanical drive 1 TB in here, so you can take advantage of this one. But if you want, you can have an NVMe in here for your Windows, and you have another SSD, so the transfer rate in between them will be super fast. All right. I'll leave the link for a compatible storage and the recommended one in the video description. Once you're done with this, we're going to put the bottom cover over, and I will power it on so you guys can see. You want to push the corners, the side, the front end all in, and we're going to hear those click sound by the battery. Click it in, and we're going to put first those two big screws, on one on each corner, and then we're going to put the rest of the screws, and we are going to power it on. I'm not going to fast forward this part so you guys can see the time that it takes to power on and the message that it will display. Once you disconnect the battery, always power it on with a charger connected, always. All right. Now I'm going to power it on. I see the power light turning on. I'm not going to see anything on the screen for at least 20 seconds. Then I should see a text saying that CMOS error, or CMOS was reset to default. So let's wait for that message, see how long it takes. It should take like 20 seconds or less. Let's see. Let's just wait. There we go. CMOS checksum invalid. Will reset to default. Enter, reboot system. You press enter, and it's going to take another 10 seconds or 15, and it's going to start loading up the Windows, and it will go to the system if you have any system on your hard drive. If you don't, just put a USB drive in there and just press F9 and boot it up to your installation. You can check any of my Windows installation guide, so you make it easy for you to install your Windows. There you go, HP, and it's loading up to the Windows. And that should cover up today's video. Again, I hope you guys like this video and help you guys out to replace your storage for your HP Pavilion Gaming laptop. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in my next video.